that MFR out.
Then girl, why were you raising money for Biden then?
Because I need to understand you. I just told you. No. I know you get real angry when people ask you that question, but you need to answer it. Don't yell at me.
No. Do you understand English? I just said I
do. You're lying, though.
Do you?
This is what I mean. Anna decided to step into something that she didn't know was going to be the way how it was with this little girl. Especially, I thought it was Jillian Michaels, but her and that little girl, they're gonna be going on forever. And that was a good question that she asked. So what's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. I actually wanted to talk more about Ann Coulter, but this little girl, she was gonna try to take over, and I don't know if Anna understands that. You know, she's stepped out of the scene where she's solo, and now she's competing. And that little girl, let me tell you something about Lily, I don't know. She's not to be trifled with. She's young, she's vibrant, she's right, she doesn't care. I was raising money for the Dems yesterday. Today I'm a full Republican, 100% want to deport everybody. Whatever you need me to be, I'm going to be. Boom, 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 boom. I will stay up 24 hours a day to get my name out there. This is how they work, okay? So I hope Anna's ready. Anyway, guys, we're going to just take a look at some of this video, and yeah, we'll make our remarks. Look like they're working. They must have saw our videos, guys. They're working on the set. So hopefully they'll come up with something better than this, because that dark type of it's already starting to feel a little better. We'll give them that.
Raising money for Biden then?
Because I need to understand you. I just told you. I know you get real angry when people ask you that question, but you need to answer it. Don't yell at me.
No. Do you understand English? I just said I
do. You're lying, though.
Do you really think that we can trust Iran?
Yes.
We allow them to
Anna. We had
I don't trust Iran.
I know, but
a government.
Who cares? We deal with Saudi Arabia and their monsters. After 9/11, I wanted to bomb the crap out of Iraq.
When is American policy no longer made in America? Why are we doing this?
Because it has no effect on any American's life. Who cares who the
leader
leader
of Syria
is?
march
The leader naked and shot in the
Jillian,
head. It doesn't affect any
I agree with.
Yeah, but the problem is Ann Coulter, who's starting to wear a weave now. Oh dear. And we're the ones who've made it like this. So I don't know, where does it start? Like, because it just seems to me like they go right into yelling. I don't know what the heck is happening. I'm gonna skip ahead. The problem is, Ann, by the way, we are the ones who caused the problems over there. Okay. So let us not look. It is what it is. All right, not we American citizens. Before somebody starts getting worked up. By the way, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and the notification bell. It's just, it is what it is. Our establishment, they go ham in any country they want to go ham in, and people are waking up to it now. So that's one good thing.
Democratic Party is just this level of selfishness, this level of wanting to rise up the political ranks without being honest with the American people, and that's hurt the party overall.
Mm-hmm. I think it's a little late for honesty. I think.
Well, that's actually funny. She answers like that. By the way, Anna's funny. She's saying it about the Democratic Party. The Republican Party does the same thing too. That's the problem. They do the same thing too, and nobody wants to talk. All right. Let's get back to the clip.
I think there are only two interesting things about this. One is the reason any doctor who looked at him would have known that he had it for 8 years.
Absolutely.
But they couldn't let a real doctor look at him because a real doctor would say he's got Parkinson's. You got to get him out of it.
100%.
So by not allowing.
Oh my goodness, I really like her sometimes. She's the only person who said Parkinson's. When I diagnosed Biden, and this is not fun for me, I don't take any pleasure in this, but when I looked at Joe Biden, I said he has Parkinson-like symptoms. Meaning that he could possibly have a tumor in his brain or something, because this could be coming from a lot of places. But I tell you, I know how we treat this. Wow. She didn't say dementia. That's pretty good.
Allowing a real doctor to look at him, it just went on and on and on and on. And the other, I think, interesting thing is it was really weird that Biden leapt in and wanted a debate in June. It was because his poll numbers were going down. The Reagan-Carter debate was 1 week before the election. If they had waited and done it then, the media would have had to power through and say, no, his performance was fine. He's great. Never seen him better. He might have won re-election, and today Kamala would be our president.
Anne brings up a really good point, because I want to talk about that doctor. You know who the doctor was? Kevin O'Connor. This is a family business associate. He had a financial interest in propping up the Biden regime, and that is a fundamental problem here. People lied about his cognitive decline because they wanted power. Let's be perfectly honest.
Like Jill.
Exactly. Jill Biden, and I will name the names. Jill Biden, Steve Ricchetti, Mike Donilon, Anita Dunn, Anthony Bernal. These were Jeff Zients. These were the people running our country. We had a council of presidents for the past few years. We didn't have an elected president. We had these unelected hacks who understood that Biden was our final gravy train, that as soon as he went off into the sunset, they were done. So they wanted to drag this on for forever.
Can I jump in on that? Because you mentioned all the unelected people who are involved in the cover-up of Biden's mental decline, which is true. But there are also elected lawmakers who are currently in Congress who also engaged in that cover-up. Representative Jim Clyburn, who's supposed to be like a sacred cow in the Democratic Party, knew of Biden's mental decline. It's outlined perfectly in that book, Fight. And basically, on the night of the debate, he got a bunch of invites to watch, like viewing parties for the debate. And he said, no, I don't want to go. He decided to watch the debate alone in case he cried over Biden's poor performance. Yes. How depressing is that?
Oh, wow.
That's fantastic.
Well, I have a question on what do you mean, though, the timing is suspicious? I'm not following your train of thought there.
I refuse to believe that Biden found out he had cancer literally did the day before Jake Tapper's book drops. I mean, I'm just sorry.
What's
I can't.
the connection? I don't get it.
Because
Jake
people are supposed to feel sorry for him and they won't attack him.
And you know what?
One of them, like Carville, one of them,
I get it.
Axelrod went on TV and said,
Everyone calm
criticism of Biden should be muted now.
Exactly.
He's dying.
And Jillian, like,
I get it. The book's about to come out.
I
got it. I
like
understand.
Meghan McCain, but
I didn't know they cared, though. I'm so sorry. I know.
There's like no, like, there's no organization. I just feel like it's people talking over people here. Let's try this again.
But obviously, radio silence when it came to Joe Biden. Look, there are working class Americans right now who literally have to get drug tested to qualify for work.
Right.
If they have to get drug tested to prove that they are capable to do the job, how is it that the president of the United States doesn't have to pass some sort of physical and mental exam to make sure he or she in the future maybe is up for the job?
Well, I think it's a bad idea and it's really not necessary. The Democrats, because they have the media, could power through on this one. But boy, has it come to bite them in the end. So I don't think somebody's going to do it again. And I just feel like anything like that, it can be made fun of. It can be manipulated. You get a political doctor. You attack the doctor. The party's just got to be honest about this.
Well, we saw this in the very beginning. I remember, again, because I interview doctors all the time in all different subspecialties. And so many of them were suggesting, like, I think he might have Lewy body dementia.
Yes.
He might have
We talked about the Parkinson's.
Yeah, a form of Parkinson's. Like this, the writing was on the wall for this. So if I could be slightly conspiratorial here for just a moment, and of course everybody jump in and attack me, but I remember back in January 2024, we were seeing people like Megyn Kelly and Dave Rubin talking about the fact that there was a memo leaked and that the goal was to have a debate earlier, to discredit him early enough, to not have a primary, have an open convention, and then nominate the one that they wanted, which is exactly what happened.
Jillian,
I mean, really?
I don't think that's true.
That's
You
actually,
don't?
let me tell you what happened. The person behind the debate was a woman named Anita Dunn, and her husband is Bob Bauer, who's
All right. Okay, fine.
Biden's personal lawyer.
Okay.
She was the one who wanted the early debate. They actually believed that he was going to pull it off.
Come on.
They actually
No way.
they actually did. And they were hoping, and unfortunately, I mean,
No.
everything went to shit. But let me tell you, things got so bad at Biden events, they confiscated my phone.
Okay, so let me tell you something. She's still a mole, though I don't care because MAGA, just fine. Everybody's always so quick to just accept things or whatever. That's fine. She could be a mole. I don't care. Not my problem to get that worked up over. But let me just say again, you could never be able to talk about all this stuff if they didn't allow you to. She had to sign some sort of NDAs. They must have gotten in touch with her and told her that, like, okay, now just, we're going to let you sign another contract that you can talk about some of this stuff a little bit more. Because she's out here explaining this is what happened, A to Z, da-da-da-da. It's like, okay, all of this for content. A lot of it is like, to me, it's like, I just feel like, what's the difference? We already knew. Like, nothing's going to be done about it. That's my thing. It's just we keep talking about the same stuff and nothing's done about it. coming back to the point again, she, but she just, gosh, what happened to, where's the other girl? Like, where's the other girl? We're going to look at a little bit more of this, and I'll probably cover the second part of the segment because they talk about, war, and I'm going to see how these ladies handle the discussion of war. These women would make us look bad. Like, they do, because, like, war doesn't have to be talked about like this. And my gosh, it's like Lindy is just she does all the talking, but looks like she's gonna go in with Ann Coulter, who, by the way, has her back turned to Anna. Anna's talked about her. She has her back turned to Anna, and Anna is not getting much of a word in edgewise.
Actually saying that he had declined. And you know what? They called me the night before because they post the Fox News Sunday guests in Politico. They called me and said, Lindy, we know you're the president's most loyal supporter. We know you're going to be loyal.
Wow.
I know, and this is like Tony Soprano shit.
So the first time you spoke out about the Democratic Party was the night before the debate.
Or else what?
But I
think it makes them look too good to say they were trying to get him out. And as various people have said, some people depended on him being president, especially the entire Biden family. Oh, they are SOL now. Every other president retires and gets, $1 million speeches, and everybody wants to read the biography. The Biden family, he's always been the poorest senator, and they're not making any money now. Exactly. Nobody wants to have him speak. And Anita Dunn and the rest of them, Ron Klain, this was their path to power.
Exactly.
They did fight like banshees to keep him in. They wouldn't have fought that hard if they were trying. But a lot of people thought your theory could be true because, wow, did it happen that way?
It happened exactly the way they had predicted.
And so, all right, let's see what Anna's closing thoughts are.
Does not want to go to war with Iran
Okay, so they moved on to Iran. So that I will cover in the next episode. Yeah, I didn't even get to fully see the fight that popped. Oh, this girl, she's just like a bunch of women just yelling to me. But if they did put Ann Coulter on the show, I'd probably take it more serious. A lot of people do not like Ann Coulter. I don't necessarily agree with everything she says, but I know that but she's on the money about a lot of things, But Anna gets drowned out. Maybe this is a hobby for her. I see she's back on TYT, kind of. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye.